So now that we have written the program by using one or the other program language, we compile it or interpret it into a machine code. So many languages require to compile this source code into a program. And if we are talking about the C, it will be compiled into a machine code. And if we are talking about the .NET platform or Java platform, it will be compiled into a bytecode that is understandable by a virtual machine. And the Python is still scripting language, meaning that when you execute the Python script, actually a Python application try to identify all of the instructions that are written by you in a human language or in language of Python, and to form down the sequence of operations or instructions that should be called from operating system or operations that are understandable by a central processor unit. So what is the Python? The Python is a high-level programming language and open sourced and community driven. So that means that if you would like to get a deeper dive into a Python programming language, you can see what it has as internal state. And the community driven means that a lot of people improve this syntax and improve the performance of an application that are written within a Python language. And standard distribution of a Python language includes a lot of models that help you to solve all of the problems, like models to work with network, models that work to work with the files, models to work with a display and graphical environment. And also the Python is dynamically typed, so that means that you don't need to explicitly identify what kind of a type you would like to assign to a variable. The source can be compiled or just in time, so that means that within a Python environment you can compile actually your source code into an executable block that will be executed within an environment of Python. And also it can be executed as a script. And it is similar to Perl, TCL or Ruby. The history is that the Python programming language was invented in the early 18th by the Guido van Rossum, and it was conceived in the late 1980s, and its implementation was started in December 1989. And Guido van Rossum is fan of Python's Flying Circus. That is a famous TV show in Netherlands, and named after Monty Python, open sources from the beginning. So he distributed his implementation openly. And what we can do with the Python, we can do the system programming tasks, we can use the database programming tasks so that we can operate with the database management systems. The graphical user interface programming also possible, internet scripting, the component integration, the gaming, images, XML, robots, etc. And what is very interesting and why the Python is becoming more and more popular because of the machine learning libraries and frameworks that are able to be manipulated by the Python programming language. For example, the scikit-learn or Keras with its TensorFlow internals. And who uses Python for today? The Python is being applied in real revenue generating products by real companies actually. For instance, it is widely used by Google, Yahoo, YouTube, Mozilla and Dropbox, and also it is widely used in Microsoft and many other corporations because the writing the Python scripts is very similar, and you can actually understand the code that is written by another person in a short time. And the advantages is that it is open sourced and community developed and extensive support libraries it has. It is very easy to learn to Python programming language. It is user-friendly data structure, dynamically typed language, object-oriented possibilities, and portable and interactive, so that you can start programming just from console. And among of the disadvantages are the slow speed that actually concerns all of the scripting languages, the absence of from the absence of support within the browsers, and design issues, the simple rules, and less developed database access layers. And how to install a Python? It is very simple. You have to go to the resource that is depicted on this slide, or you can see that the Python programming language is already pre-installed with all of the Linux distributions and Mac OS. The Python interface, you can choose a specific integrated development environment, or you can use just a notepad to write a Python program, or you can just enter the Python environment from the console.